Conservation Society, we are dedicated to saving wildlife and wild places around the world. Today I'm going to be taking you on a wildlife tour of Asia, which will include India, China, Cambodia, Nepal, Pakistan, and Indonesia, all without ever leaving the Bronx. And we begin our trip by crossing the Bronx River. The Bronx River is 23 miles long.
I'm afraid of heights, so this is amazing. Yeah. Wee.
And migrating birds. Now, Asia is the continent with the largest number of bee species and it is well known for its biodiversity. As we come into our first meadow, we're probably not going to see any animals at this location, but we will see them in about 8 to 10 minutes. That's the solitary black-hawk antelope that you can see in the background. So we will get closer in about 8 to 10 minutes. Now, the black-buck antelope are the smallest antelope in Asia, and they only stand 2.5 to 3 feet tall. A mature male will have a darker chocolate brown coat and long spiral horns. Immature males and females are tan and white. We have a spotted
Tan and white, tan and white, tan and white, tan and white.
They've been exhibited at the Bronx Zoo since 1899, and it's one of the few deer species that are born with spots, keep their spots for their entire lives. Most other deer lose their spots as they mature. Now in 8 to 10 minutes, we'll come around to the other side of the exhibit and we shall see these animals. In the afternoons, they like to migrate down that way to
I was listening to anything he said. Not just like we're gonna have the end of the world in 5 minutes. Doesn't matter.
In 1970, there were estimated to be only 66 of the Barasingha deer remaining in central India. But this population was saved by the cooperation of the local Indian community.
No way.
Like the shacks you see here, there were many small farms using space in and around India's Kanha National Park.
You're joking.
These people were coming into contact with the deer and the tigers that were also living there. Through cooperation with the Indian government, local communities agreed to relocate their villages. By moving, the farmers still had land to farm, but the tigers and their prey got more room to roam.
Like the dinosaur and the dodo bird, we all know that a species that is extinct forever. The next animals we're about to see were on the brink of extinction. In fact, the Mongolian wild horse is extinct in nature and could only be found in captivity. Captive breeding of the Mongolian wild horse started with a group of 28 horses in 1901. The Bronx Zoo received its first horses in 1902, and we have maintained our herd ever since. In the past 2 years, we've had 5 horses born here, and they're all directly descended from the original horses back in 1902. Now, the Mongolian wild horse is the only true species of wild horse that's alive today, and its appearance differs from the domestic horse. It has a stockier build, shorter legs, and an abrupt mane which resembles a mohawk haircut. That mane forms in its forelock, a piece of hair which normally falls underneath the domestic horse's forehead. Now, there has been some reintroduction back into the wild in parts of Mongolia and China from herds of horses that were bred and raised in North American and Asian zoos.
No way.
Now, the Mongolian wild horse has a long and rich history which is well entwined with our own human history.
The first accounts of Mongolian wild horses come from rock engravings, paintings, and even cave drawings that date back more than 20,000 years. And the first written accounts were from Tibet, sometime around 900 AD. But these horses remained largely unknown and unnamed to the Western world for many years.
Look at all that grass.
During an expedition to Central Asia in 1879, a famous Russian explorer and naturalist, Colonel Nikolai Przewalski, encountered the horse in western Mongolia. Because of his discovery, this species is also known as Przewalski's horse.
Everybody on the train needs to be seated way in the back there. Now, you may have noticed trees wrapped in wires. We went through the first couple of exhibits, and that wire is there to help protect the trees from the animals. Some animals like to eat parts of the trees, and others like to rub their horns or antlers on the bark of a tree. If those trees get damaged, they can die, and since they provide shade and shelter for the animals, we try to protect as many trees as possible.
Interesting.
In this next exhibit, we're going to be looking for 2 animals. One is the gaur, that is directly in front of us as we come in, and the other is the brown-wanted deer. Now, gaur is the world's largest wild cattle, and they can weigh as much as 2,000 pounds, stand 6 feet tall at the shoulders, and they can grow to a length of 10 feet, which is about the size of a small car. Now, the largest and darkest bull out there is the Betty gaur.
What did they say these are?
I don't particularly see him right now.
Yeah,
but he's the alpha male. He's the proud
something
father
with
of
a
9
horn.
calves that were born here in the last couple of years.
He did something with horns.
Their large size and impressive horns have very few enemies in the wild. They can even defend themselves against the tiger. But they are endangered by
Cameron, if you're watching this,
diseases that
your last name is Horn, and it's awesome.
Now, if you take a look at the back fence and directly along to the fence, for the people in the back and a little bit to your right, you'll see the brown-white deer. Now, they get their name from the look of the male's antlers, which form a brow in front of the deer's face.
Jumped on us.
But since we only have the females on exhibit today, you won't be able to see those antlers. These deer are considered to be vulnerable in Asia since they're losing habitat to farming, and in many areas that they resort to feeding on crops. Now, the Bronx Zoo participates in what's called a species survival plan, and here's some more information for you.
Here at the zoo, we help Gower and brow antler deer and many other species by participating in cooperative zoo management programs called species survival plans. The name says it all. The plans aim to help these animals survive. Zoos across the country work together to maintain genetically diverse populations of rare and endangered species.
It's easy to forget the Bronx Zoo is located in the heart of an urban environment, but the noise you hear behind you right now is the traffic on the Bronx River Parkway. The large fence directly in front of us is here to help reduce noise from the city traffic. Now, the next exhibit will be looking for tigers. I remind everyone again to please remain seated. Tigers are solitary animals, meaning that they live alone in the wild. That is why we only exhibit one tiger here at a time. Tigers are also very reclusive, and their stripes provide excellent camouflage. No two tigers will have the same stripe pattern, and scientists can use that information in the wild to identify individual tigers, and this way they can determine how many tigers are living in the particular area. The tiger that's on exhibit today is named Bachuta. Bachuta is a 450-pound, 12-year-old Siberian tiger, also known as an Amur tiger. And Bachuta is an excellent example of that species survival program you just heard about. Actually, Bachuta is going to be at the very end of the pond and about 100 feet back. Bachuta is on loan to us from the Toronto Zoo. He was brought to the Bronx for breeding purposes, and he's been quite successful. He's the proud father of the 2 tigers that were born here 2 years ago. His son Yuri is also exhibiting here on the monorail. Now, the wild tigers prefer to eat wild pig and medium-sized deer, and a tiger will gorge himself at a fresh kill, eating up to 40 pounds of meat.